This is Jerry Satterley of Texas Avocados. I'm looking at a Carolina. And it's pretty classic shot of the big one and the seedless one. The big ones are starting to just turn green, but you can see the difference in them. And it's just an interesting thing. I don't know that the seedless ones will be much good, but they are interesting. So, you know, we'll just have to see how that turns out. But anyway, I just, there's a lot of the seedless ones in here also. You can see them. And this year, or this first year, there was much on the seedless ones, and there was just a whole bunch of them. And I'm just kind of walking around the tree. There's more of them. So anyway, it's just an interesting phenomena. I don't know that these are the ponchos. These are kind of my favorite. There's quite a few of them in there. And I think my seedling, I have mixed feelings about it. From what I tasted of them, I think they're mostly seed. They're very big seed, they're very little flesh on them, and we'll just have to see how they turn out. My cat's always getting right under my feet. It wants to wrap around my ankles. But anyway, I'm trying to do that. And these are the priors. They're a small green fruit, but this is the first year this tree has really been loaded. Sometimes it takes a few years for these trees to kind of come into their zone, so to speak. You get frustrated with them, but you got to give them a little time. But these are the ones that I'm very interested in. These are the Don Juans. You see them all the way up there. They are a hybrid of the Hass and a Mexican avocado. They have the shape of the Hass, and they probably are as good at eating as any of them. These are the ones that I'm kind of anxious to see how they turn out. But this is the first year there's been much on them. You see, this tree is just loaded. I had a limb. See, go around, you walk around, this tree is just incredibly loaded. I had a limb over here, it was hanging over the fence. There's probably about a dozen fruit hanging over, and I kind of brought the limbs back. And but this is a Charlie tree. They will turn black, so it's still early for them. And my Mexicola Grande, you can see it. I mean, I've taken off probably a couple hundred fruit already, and it's just still covered with fruit. And if you want a big producer, man, they're just all over it. And again, I say I've taken off probably a couple hundred fruit already. And it's my little tangerine tree, and it's just going to be covered with tangerines. I have all kinds of fun things that I mess with. See, you just walk around this Mexicola Grande, and it's just covered in fruit. It's just incredible. Look, this is amazing. I just get a real joy about all this stuff. I'm just kind of walking through. These are my bigger ponchos, and they're a little bit smaller this year, but there's quite a few. These ponchos are big producers also. It shed a lot of leaves, so you can see the fruit. When they had all them leaves, you couldn't hardly see the fruit, but it is a good producer also. And these are the opals. These will be a real good eating fruit. It seems like the large or the green fruit are all the better tasting fruit, or the closer tasting to what you see in the store. So it's just kind of relative to what you get used to. And gosh, my lemon tree is just growing and growing. Now my big opal number one. I almost get dizzy when I look up to the top of it. I almost have to hold on to something. It's so tall when you get down close to the bottom and go vertical, you almost want to fall backwards. But anyway, it's life is good, and I'll have a lot of lemons to give away. As last year, I think I wore people out in this town about giving them lemons, and but my mangoes have done so-so. I've had 2 that have died on me so far. I had a few fruit, but they fell off with the heat. It seemed like this is too hot here, and so anyway, life is just wonderful, and I enjoy doing all this. These are the opals. You can see all the way up there fruit on these trees. But anyway, I'm having a good time. You know, people ask me things. This time of the year has been 109, 108. How often do you water them? You water it as often as you need to. That's a dumb question, but you don't want to wait till they get stressed to water them. The minimum is once a week, and don't water them. Whatever, you know, don't spare the water. Get them a good one. Don't drown them, but give them a good watering, and they will reward you for your kindness to them. So life is good, and probably if you want to plant something, wait till this heat tapers off, then do your planting. Okay, these questions keep coming up over and over. Go, when do you plant? When do you water? Water them as much as you need to. Don't wait till they get to stressing out before you water them. So fall is always the best time to plant them. Well, God bless you, and we have good news about the virus. We have a new vaccine. It is supposedly going to work, and we have a treatment. It's an old asthma medicine that is really knocking it out. So hope the good news inspires you. God bless you.